me, one of my subscribers told me that she was actually talking a lot of crap about me and invalidating my story. People are laughing at the situation, what I had been through, the story that I told. In addition to my aunt's comments, people were like, oh, well, you deserve. Hello, YouTube. You miss me. This is Charisma, and this is my healing journey. Okay, so the topic of today is I did have to take a break from YouTube after my interview on another YouTube channel called Unfiltered Stories that gives survivors of traumatic events or experiences a safe space to tell their story in order to facilitate healing, not only for oneself, but to enable other people a space to heal by hearing your story and encouraging them to tell their own stories if they have them, or just to encourage them to support someone else who has gone through traumatic events or diverse childhood experiences, abuse of any kind. So, yeah, it was a lot. So, first of all, um, when I did the story, it's a YouTube page, but it was actually they posted like 3 shorts, unfiltered stories on their Facebook page. And what ended up happening is one of my abusers, my aunt, ended up seeing the video, and then what ended up happening is somebody actually told me, one of my subscribers told me that she was actually talking a lot of crap about me and invalidating my story on about what happened, what she put me through. On it was a lot, because even on a space like any the fact I wasn't expecting the story to be on Facebook. I thought it was going to be on YouTube, number one. So Facebook is the devil. I haven't been on Facebook in many years and years and years. I haven't had a Facebook page in years. And the reason why is because Facebook just wasn't the platform for me. And I saw how evil people can be on Facebook or any social media platform, really, but especially Facebook. So, I'm scrolling through the comments on Facebook on my story. People are laughing at the situation, what I had been through, the story that I told. In addition to my aunt's comments, people were like, oh, well, you deserved it. You were probably a handful as a kid. And it was just really evil. And I found myself falling into a deep depression. Because that was not the reception that I expected to get. Well, let me say this. Let me back up. It's not that I didn't expect to get that reception, because I know how people are. I know that if you don't have a point of reference, and some people are just downright cruel, they're abusers as well. So they're going to invalidate any claim of abuse that you have. So I wasn't expecting it, but I thought I had prepared myself for it. But when finally faced with that type of hatred, I really fell into a really deep depression. Because I'm telling my story not from a perspective of, reliving it. I'm telling it to facilitate my healing, because as survivors of abuse, the thing that keeps the abuse ongoing is you not having a voice and speaking on what was done, and people silencing a lot of times the person who's been abused. And I'm just being really raw. I'm being really authentic. If the tears fall, they're just going to fall. And this is part of it. I know this is part of it, because not everybody is going to resonate with my story. I get that. But at the same time, I've got to keep telling it. But a subscriber of mine told me when I first started back posting that if you need a break, give yourself a break. So I consciously chose to take a break from YouTube for my mental health. It wasn't that I didn't want to interact with my subscribers. I literally needed a break for my mental health, my peace of mind. Now, some good things that have come out of the situation of me telling my story on Unfiltered Stories, I feel empowered to continue telling my story in whatever way, shape, or form I feel like telling. Like for so long I feared speaking out or even confronting the abusers, like my aunt, because I wanted to maintain the relationship in some way, shape, or form. Because a lot of times there's this fantasy that the person will change, the person or realize that they did you wrong, and they'll apologize, and then the relationship can be repaired and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, I came to the realization that my aunt's not sorry. Not only my aunt, but her daughter and all the other people, her deceased husband, and all the other people who have ever abused me. I think of all the people, and it's been hundreds, I would say dozens, hundreds of people who have mistreated me. I only got one apology from one person out of all these people who ever hurt me. One apology. That's it. That's it. And I wasn't expecting that one. And I don't, and I'm at a point in my healing journey where I don't even need an apology. I don't need the abusers to say they're sorry for me to forgive them. And I forgive myself. I forgive me, because a lot of times as survivors of abuse, we blame ourselves for what these individuals put us through, because it's the only thing that makes sense. It's like, how could they have done me like this if I hadn't been a I'm innately bad. So they did this because I'm innately bad. I innately deserve this, or else they wouldn't have done it. Because that's a lot of times the thought process, whether consciously or subconsciously, because that's the only way it makes sense to a person psychologically. And me having lost my father at 4 years old, and nobody explaining to me his death or his manner of death, and I internalized that from the age of 4 years old, believing that I was at fault for my father's death. So that colored my self esteem. And for all these many years, I hated myself, and nobody checked and it was evident by the time I was 6 or 7 how low my self esteem was. I remember my cousin pointing it out to my aunt, and my aunt just shrugging her shoulders, not caring. And my cousin saying, Mama, she has low self esteem. I think she was concerned, but my nobody really cared. So I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know how to care about myself. Honestly, I'm not. When you're a child, you have to model to a child what self love is. You have to speak life into the children. I do it all the time working with children myself, and you have to tell them, you're beautiful, you're awesome, you're so smart, you're capable, you can do it. And you speak these things to build their confidence. But my confidence was never built in that way. Nothing was ever poured into me but negativity, but bad stuff from bad people. So honestly, me telling my story on Unfiltered Stories, I finally feel free to not only forgive myself, but to learn how to love myself fully, without the expectations that the abusers will all of a sudden, turn around, apologize, and love me the way that I want them to love me. I know that it's not my fault now. What happened to me, not the sexual abuse, not the financial abuse, physical abuse, psychological abuse, emotional abuse, none of it's my fault. But it is my responsibility to actively work on my healing, and to do the things that I know I need to do in order to find healing for myself. Now, first and foremost, I've done the biggest thing of my life, because my aunt, when she saw the video on the Filtered Stories on Facebook, she contacted me, texted me, and said she never wanted me to never contact me again. Number one, I haven't contacted you in 6 months. But when she said she never wanted to talk or speak to me again because I was telling untruths, a sense of relief washed over me. Yes, it's over. It's over with. It killed two birds in one stone. Found out her husband had passed, and she's telling me she never wants to hear from me. Two people who have caused me great harm, gone. Don't have to worry about them no more. I'm relieved that that woman doesn't want to hear from me again. She's the one who has initiated that. So now that door's closed, and she better not never come back. Nah, especially when you see this motion, this taking place, the things that God has in store for me, because people like to, they definitely like to double back when they see you on top. And I know what God has for me, because God told me he's going to give me double for my trouble, and that's just the baseline. So it could be triple and quadruple, because that's the type of God I serve. So her saying that's beautiful to me. And it all happened because I opened my mouth and I spoke up and I spoke out. And it's hard for me right now speaking up, speaking out, but it does get easier. It gets easier and easier the more I do it. I mean, I've started a new job. I've had to set boundaries at this new job with different people in the workplace, and I've done it quickly. I've done it in the moment. I'm not going to wait for it to blow up and for it to increase and escalate to a level where harm is brought to me. We're going to nip this in the bud. And I've been empowered to do that through the telling of my story, not only on my channel on YouTube, but the Unfiltered Stories channel as well. And, it's a lot of spiritual attacks. A lot of spiritual attacks because the enemy's mad. He's mad right now. So it's been a spiritual attack after spiritual attack for the past, for as long as I've been off of YouTube, and before I took a little hiatus. So it for at least a month, but and I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I fell into a deep depression. Not gonna lie. Hey, you guys, I just wanted to let you know that I had to delete the original video and then you see it uploaded again because I had to edit out this part. The reason why I edited it out is it's not that I'm ashamed of it, but because of the work I do, I can't say certain things. I've got to be mindful because not everybody who watches my YouTube has my best interests in mind. There are some people who are some haters who will watch you, and certain things that you say could be used against you. And I'm not going out like that. God told me he needed me to silence this part, so I deleted the original and I silenced this part, but that's the reason why I did that. Just so you know, FYI. Weight loss journey. I've managed to exercise maybe two times last week. I exercised today. I walked for an hour and just getting my body right. Um, Doing some journaling. That's other things that I've been able to do to express myself, and other things, honestly, YouTube. Like, you guys, I hope that me posting my stories helps somebody, because it helps me to be on here. And anybody who gives me a word of encouragement, e-hugs, love, showing me love, it means the world to me, because you know, honestly, in real life, I don't be getting no type of love like that. People are like, honestly, real mean to me. I'm mean to me at work. I just started this job. A lot of people have been mean to me, in training, just trying to just because I'm different, because I have the light of the Lord on me. So, we are living in a dark world that doesn't like the light. So, it's not fair, it's not okay, but I tried my best to handle it in a way that would be pleasing to the Lord. And I know that God's my vindicator, and I know that He got me. So, I'm fighting through a lot of things, hurt and pain and things like that. And it's not because I'm doing anything wrong, it's because I'm doing everything right that I need to be doing. And when you're doing the right things, that's threatening to people who see you in a certain way and feel like you don't deserve to be in a position that's above them, or they feel threatened by you. But you know what? All the years that I faced bullying and things like that, I've come to the understand that I'm not responsible for how another person sees me. I'm going to continue to do the best that I can possibly do. And if they want to, and if, for example, at work, anybody want to jump stupid at work, like I said, I got physically attacked on one job, and I handled it the best way I could in the moment. But what I should have did, I should have called the police. So, somebody want to do something like that, we gonna leave a paper trail. Touch me, do anything to hurt me. But God got me anyway, because He says, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. So whatever they do, whatever they say, I've survived. I should have been dead by now. You see this right here? A household enemy did that. I should have been dead. That was at the age of 15, not to mention all the other things that I've talked about on my channel. So God is good. I'm not going nowhere until God calls me home. As long as I stay within His will, as long as I stay in His word, and that's my sword, that's my shield, that's my buckler. And that's what I hold on to, and that's what's gotten me through, and what's going to keep getting me through, and what's going to keep giving me the courage to tell my story, regardless of how the ops feel, period. So, yeah, I'm back in full effect. You will be seeing content from me on a regular schedule once more. Like I said, I just had to take a break, get myself together. A lot of bumps in the road, just trying to focus on this new job and other situations that I'm gonna make another video about too. But at the end of the day, God got me. I'm happy that I'm back on here. I had some of my subscribers reach out to me, probably just trying to see what I'm up to, what I'm on, what I'm doing. And I'm back because I had to come back. The people want me back on here. And I just feel like if you get any type of value, if you get any type of encouragement or validation from my stories, then my work is, you know done. God is using me in the way that he feels fit to use me. So that in itself is a answer to a prayer, because on my knees in the midst of a lot of bondage, I remember asking the Lord, if you save me, then you can use me to save your people too. And He has really used me, and He's going to continue to use me. So just stay on this journey with me. All right. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for the love, the support. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. Anyone who sent me donations, I really appreciate it. It's definitely been a big help. I love you guys so much. Stay encouraged. I love you, and God loves you too. Continue to be kind to yourself. Love yourself. That's the number one thing I can tell you. Regardless, it's an act of resistance for us to love who we are when we look in the mirror. All right, my name's Charisma, and this is my healing journey. Take care.